Well, I think we're about to... I don't know if we're necessarily about to end. Oh my god, I entirely forgot about this being a thing. And then this apparently is now a thing. Welcome to a new recording session, everybody. It's Monday again, but instead of it being a week ago that I last recorded, it's been a day because I'm trying to build up a little bit of a buffer because I've been getting a little bit more time to do such things. And I'm also working on different editing videos, but there I already have a 2-month buffer. I only do one a month, so that's only like 2 videos. More like a month and a half, really. So I'm trying to work up a buffer for like at least 1 week for this series as well, so that I can just like manage my time a teeny tiny bit better. So that is what's going on here. So I'm not necessarily... Oh yeah, we have Fire now, so... Ground magic becomes Fire God. That makes perfect sense, actually. So yeah, I will not be able to like pick up on like tips and tricks from the comments as quickly anymore as a result of that. But it makes my life a lot easier, so we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. Maybe there's more to this world than I remember. Because... No, I don't think it's that long anymore. I'm thinking this might be the last episode of this world. Maybe. Maybe there's more than I remember. Because this is only the 3rd episode in this world, right? So it would be kind of short if that's everything there is to this entire world. So I'm kind of expecting that maybe there isn't much more content than I remember. It's just that the content is going to, the forced fights are going to be absolute hell to deal with. That's actually fairly likely now that I think about it. Maybe there's just more forced... There you go. Now you have in-game audio. I'm very glad that I caught that early on. It's only like one cutscene and some fights. I'm not gonna like redo that. Code 7216, because I'm not entirely sure I have a save file to even redo it.
These guys are our specialty.
Yeah, they are, because we get no mad teacups anymore. What? Wait, what? Actually, matter of fact, let's go ever after. We don't need water to put that fire out, we just need shot locks. Because look at that damage! That is insane. Also, attraction extended. Oh my fucking god. Okay, attraction extender is definitely something that we're going to want to equip though, because having more options to... Well, not more options to use attraction, but not having them expire is a very, very nice thing. Oh, wait a second. Does extender... Does that increase the length of time before you use it, or does that increase the length of time before the finisher? I can't exactly remember. And Ever After is also no longer in a Keyblade transformation now, so that makes things slightly more annoying to deal with. But we can still, if we don't get smushed, we can still do this and absolutely annihilate his face. Again, that is so good. Let's go favorite deputy. Actually, maybe we don't want to go favorite deputy. Maybe we do? He's dead now, so it doesn't matter. And all the other little floods around here. Hyper Hammer, hell yeah. Immediately. Yeah, so maybe we do want to use a little bit of water magic, now that I think about it, because especially against those guys. You know what? Let's store Hyper Hammer away for the time being. Let's go into Ever After here, and just wait for being able to use water magic on you, specifically. And then... You know what? This could be useful. Splash Run, there we go. It's not exactly water magic. Maybe Splash Run actually does deal water-based damage. I don't know if it does. It might. It would make a certain amount of sense. I don't think that it does. But again, it might. I guess we'll figure that out soon enough. We probably won't, because it will kill either way. Have I said that this is one of my favorite reaction? Water art. Okay, definitely not going to be using that, because water magic just not that good if you don't have the water czar upgrade. And the difference between water czar and arrow czar, I prefer arrow czar, is all I'm saying. Which is very Keyblade dependent, but I'm only going to be using magic with that Keyblade anyway.
You did great.
Yes, sir. We'll be on our way.
Time to go. Yeah.
So, that being all said and done, that wasn't too difficult. We lost once. Yeah, we did, but... Mirage Staff. Store that away. I think we still have Hyper Hammer as well, so we're going to be stuck with the Kingdom Key for a little bit here. Until the next big fight. Which I think is literally... Maybe actually literally around the corner? I would very much like to use this arrows on something, if at all possible. Well, I didn't use it on anything. I used it on something because I got a lightning shot. I don't know where that came from, but sure. Also, that happened. Again, sure. That means that the arrows sticks around for a while. Hello, favorite deputy. I fucking love having you around. And then I died. And then I died. It did say with Splash Run you can deal with fires, so that is good to keep in mind. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do with the first 3 or so minutes of this episode, because obviously I'm not going to keep it silent. I'm just going to put in some other music. Frankly, I might just be able to look up that cutscene on YouTube and put the audio. I don't even think I need to, because I think I have the full, every cutscene in the game downloaded for the top 20 organization members video I did. Also, yeah, we don't really have the Keyblade transformations anymore, so that kind of sucks. But we'll live. I'm sure. So, Arrow is quickly becoming one of my favorite spells. I haven't really used it much before, outside of the one specific fight where you... It's not even a fight, it's one of the Fantastic 7, I think they're called, right? Where you need to use it in order to get a good ranking. I've used it there, but outside of that I've never really used arrow magic a lot. Turns out, arrow magic, real good shit. So gonna want to keep using that for a little bit. Let's actually keep the... Oh my god, please let me use arrows on an enemy before it goes away. There we go. And then immediately go into Ever After and just do this, because I fucking hate everything. Apparently I still had Hyper Hammer active, even though I died 3 times. I don't know how... Drill Punch, sure. I don't know how it's decided whether or not you keep a Keyblade transformation through death. Because sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, apparently. Maybe if you already had it at the last checkpoint before dying, but if you got it between the checkpoint and dying, you don't have it anymore? That seems like a pretty reasonable way to do that, actually. So, that probably is just straight up... Funny thing is, you don't even need to kill these enemies, I don't think. I'm pretty sure you don't need to kill these enemies at all. But they do give experience, and mad teacups. They don't give you mad teacups. Well, this specific one did, I suppose. It's mostly just about the experience, because again, if I'm dying this much, this quickly, I probably need the experience, is the thing. So, let's just use the finisher. Which I think might have done literally nothing. It's a bit sad. Mirage Staff, okay. We're going back into Kingdom Key then. And with that, I think that might have been one of the last enemies. The difference between Fire and Fire also really astounding in damage output. You know what? We'll just immediately go for the pirate ship, because I like the pirate ship. it really doesn't work that well in like most of the areas in the entire game. Even though this game is a lot more wide open. Well, if you play around a little bit, I think all the enemies are gone, never mind. If you play around with the camera a little bit, you can find a way to make it work a bit better. But still, it's not particularly great with visibility in mind. Anyway, it's a really good, like, just attack. Because it deals a crap ton of damage, and it also... I remember absolutely murdering Aqua with it. Which, spoiler, you fight Aqua. I guess if you didn't know that yet, there you go. If you haven't been spoiled on Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. Okay, so now we have Keyblade transformations on literally every Keyblade we have. That is a thing. I don't think I've ever had that before, honestly. Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. You know what? Actually, immediate finisher, because that's probably just gonna take out the enemies anyway. And that's another Damascus. We're getting... This is the second Damascus we're finding within this world, I'm pretty sure. Wow.
The door vault is this way.
We can drop down from here.
I really just want to be able to use my stun impact on something. It's not what I meant with stun impact, but sure. You know what? It doesn't matter. I've got the other two Keyblade transformations. I do not give a shit! I've got the other two Keyblade transformations stored away, which are the most important ones. The, this is gonna be a thing. Actually, I've got Drill Run and Ever After, so I think I'll be fine. If we can get Splash Run as well, that should help out a lot. But that is a big if. Let's start with Hyper Hammer. Actually, no, let's start with Drill Punch, and then immediately... Okay, never mind. Splash Run it is. I don't need Flare Force, or Donald Flare, or whatever it's called. What I need is to just jump around a lot with this. And probably kill everything before I even start to finish it, honestly. I do think you... No, you don't. I was going to say, I do think every time you jump in the finisher, you also have like an area of effect, but that's only with the very last jump. Or the very first jump you do, the very last decline you do. Now let's Ever After it up. Because this will never get old. And where's the next one? There we have another one. Again, it's such a ridiculously powerful Keyblade transformation. You don't even need a second tier one, which... Here we go, boys. Race around the field while using Fire Egg Roll to stun nearby enemies, and Fire Egg Leap to send them flying. Top it off by pressing the triangle is the word I'm looking for, to set the whole area ablaze. Seems like a fairly easy to use summon. And it's also really powerful, as I recall correctly.
This way.
So maybe for the upcoming boss fight, that's going to be relevant. I don't know, Ever After is also just really good, so maybe we don't even need Simba. But if anything, we're probably going to get rid of Thunder in our shortcut menu for Simba. Though I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm going to have to try Simba out first.
Oh, great. This time we're really stuck. Oh. Sully, have you got any ideas?
Just give me a second.
Kitty!
Oh. Oh.
Huh? If I'm right about that pipe... Yep, it's perfect. Boo! Thank
My question is, why is a pipe holding up another
you.
pipe?
We gotta follow that pipe.
What? Wait a sec. I thought we were going straight to the door vault. The only place that pipe leads is to the cooling tank. You sure you don't have a better idea?
Don't worry, Mike.
Maybe ask Sora to just remove the pipe. or the debris, or whatever the issue is, because the pipe isn't even really blocking anything. So I don't understand. Let's actually keep that stored away. I don't really understand what the issue is, honestly, because it doesn't seem like this is even blocking anything. Maybe I should have just been paying a little bit more attention to the cutscene. Ah, there we go. You know what? No. Okay, that's the finisher. That also works. That probably takes out all the small enemies so that I can take on the big one myself. Matter of fact, actually, let's just do Mad Teacups. I was going to say let's try out Simba here, but if we got an Attraction Flow, which again, I should equip that ability, that is essentially even better. That was really easy. Triple Rush. Don't know what that is, but I got a Strength, Magic, and Defense increase, so I'm happy. That was from a level up, I understand that, but I'm happy with that. Because I needed all three of those stats. I need a lot more of all three of those stats, as a matter of fact.
I'm pretty sure maintenance hasn't finished patching it up. This way.
Wait a second. It's the door vault.
Yep, what I tell you.
Fact you're spiky.
Sure, nice job, Sol. Seriously, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you actually ran the place.
Thanks, Mikey. All right, it's not much farther.
So, anyway, I think we have the Ever After Keyblade transformation. No, we don't. We just used that. Let's actually use a healing spell. Do we have a save point anywhere around here? That would be real useful right about now for MP recharge. I guess we'll be fine without MP recharge. I could just stand around here for a little moment, just waiting for my MP to recharge, but that would be boring, so let's not. Let's just murder these enemies, because now that I've gotten one strength increase, one defense increase, which honestly the defense increase is probably the most valuable thing there, I am pretty much invincible. That's how that works, right? And we're gonna get Hyper Hammer in a second here as well, I think, so let's immediately go back into actually Kingdom Key, not Ever After, because I don't have magic. That all being said, if we end up using Simba a lot, maybe we don't particularly need Ever After anymore in the same way. And again, the Keyblade transformation is really, really good. If we're not going to be using any magic, I don't know, there's a lot of things.
The door vault's right through there.
There's a lot of things to take into consideration there. Not least of which is the fact that we're about to face a boss fight, I think. So let's keep that stored away. And that is what I wanted to do. Thank you. Come on. You're gonna respawn with full HP, aren't you? You're not! Okay, that's actually really nice. Thank you. I'm so glad that they don't respawn with full HP. You have no idea how happy that actually makes me. Because in any other Kingdom Hearts game, they would. I never noticed the fact that enemies respawn with either the same or maybe a little bit more. Because it felt like he had more HP when he respawned. But at least not full HP, and that in and of itself is just huge to me, honestly. So we can recharge here for a bit before we go. Is there any chests around here that I need to pick up? I knew it! It's a high potion. Probably not going to be all too relevant, but hey, maybe. Boss fight, here we come. It takes way too long for that loading zone to trigger. That should have triggered like 3 steps into the courtyard, not halfway through.
Everybody look for Boo's door. Randall.
Didn't you learn your lesson with that pile of junk fiasco?
Oh, I learned a lot.
I'm only now realizing that this episode is probably gonna be Yeetus Vanitas. Not probably, definitely. It's definitely gonna be Yeetus Vanitas. And if you don't know what that is, you will in, give or take, 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh, please. It's just more junk.
Hate this boss.
An unversed!
Absolutely despise this boss.
Mike, time to reach down and let the scary out.
Oh, I'm ready, Sully. I'm ready!
Finally. This is exactly what I need to take over the company. But first, I am getting rid of you.
Attack!
Actually, I have an idea. We're gonna immediately start with this. And this is apparently dying. If you were wondering why I hate this boss fight, I think you now have an answer. Because it's bullshit. I probably just need to grind. Matter of fact, I think after this episode, after this world is finished, which I'm assuming is just this one episode, hopefully, I'm just probably gonna go ahead and do a bit of grinding off screen. Just to get to a decent level for Arendelle, because Arendelle is an annoying world and I at least don't want to have to replay huge portions of it just because I am underleveled. Is my general idea there. So, ever after, you see, now it doesn't have a Keyblade transformation anymore. Fuck that noise! I probably just wanna... It also used the Birth by Sleep music, which I do appreciate. Look. I legitimately have no idea how these Keyblade transformations are stored and when they are stored and when they're not stored. Okay, that was kind of my bad because I was just wailing on him like it was beginner mode. That doesn't really work in critical mode because, as we have discussed, critical mode Kingdom Hearts 3 especially, it's just kind of like Dark Souls. You dodge a lot and then you chip damage and then you dodge a lot. That's how bosses work. Also, I have shot locks. Probably should just remember the fact that I have shot locks in general. I don't know what... okay, I think we can just use one fire round each of these and murder them, and they pretty much give back not the full amount. Could you stop picking up my MP orbs, please? Okay, let's start with a shot lock just to see how much damage this does. How little damage this does, I meant. Because while that is a respectable amount of damage, it still is, like, less than a bar for a shot lock that, against normal enemies, deals, like, at least a bar and a half to almost 2 bars of damage. Also, I dodged out of the way there. I don't want to say perfectly, but let's be honest. Can we block these? Yes, we can. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to, rather than just dodging them. So what do we do now? We just dodge a lot, and we heal. We're gonna use Simba. That's what we're gonna do. Because Simba is not very good against very agile, mobile enemies. That's not what this guy is. Scream Strike. Is that gonna do significant damage? I feel like it won't, but no, it just might. No, that was very much the opposite of significant damage. Let's get out of here. That was a bit too late, wasn't it? Kingdom Hearts is even... okay, no, let me rephrase the idea of Kingdom Hearts being Dark Souls. Kingdom Hearts is Assassin's Creed. You just block, and whenever you can counter, you counter, and that is how you deal damage. That is a way more accurate... You know what? King's Fair. Let's see what it does. That was not what I meant to do. But maybe it actually works out here because it'll damage all the tentacles. It did not damage all the tentacles, never mind. But this might do a decent job of that. Maybe not. Yeah, that didn't really help me at all, did it? Especially this part of the fight is mostly... I'm gonna go back into Simba the moment I can, because that did seem to be very good. Like, really, really good. Specifically for this fight, maybe? They don't just give you Simba there at that specific moment for no good reason, right? They give it to you for a reason, surely? I just don't know if Simba's damage is based on the magic stat of the Keyblade that you're wearing at that moment. Because obviously his damage is, like, it's fire. So obviously it's gotta be magic damage, right? Actually, let's wait with going into Simba until we get hit so that we can heal from it as well. And Scream Strike. Maybe that'll just take out the tentacles. If it could just take out the tentacles, that would be enough for me, honestly. I'm thinking Yeetus Vanitas might not be this episode, because this boss fight is going to take a while. So I'm thinking the episode will probably just end when I've defeated the boss. And we'll do the cutscenes. And that's my cue for King's Flare, which doesn't even fully heal you, so maybe that's not the best strategy after all. You know what? This doesn't actually deal that much damage. Maybe it's better against hordes of enemies, because it is very area of effect. Actually, it's... Let's see how much this does. A not insignificant amount of damage. I'm also just thinking that this specific boss fight has a... frankly gross amount of defense. Thank you. Somebody actually healed me. That might have been the first time I've been healed while I needed healing. I'm very scared of just finishing entire combos on him, because I dodged that. Wow. Yeah, we got it, but Sully is dead, so we can't do Scream Strike is the thing. I would very much like to, but we really can't. This is how we deal. This is how we deal damage. Oh no! Oh my god! We got halfway through it. We died. The Lump of Horrors rushing attack always occurs in sets. Stay on your toes. I figured that much out. We're roughly back where we were at first time. And that took me about half an hour. So if I don't make it this time, I'm gonna do some grinding, because I'm fucking done with this fight at this point. Well, there we go. That was fucking quick, wasn't it? I'll stop the recording now, and I'll be back in a couple of hours when I'm like level 30. Because the one thing, right, is I Google. The Keyblade you get in Arendelle deals partly blizzard-based damage when you have the Keyblade transformation enabled, apparently. And this thing apparently is weak to blizzard damage, and I'm assuming you get a blizzard upgrade in Arendelle as well, because it's fucking frozen. So I could go through that world first, but I'm also underleveled for that one. So that's going to lead to some problems, because I remember that world also being kind of bitchy, so I'm just going to go to level 30 and be fine for this fight and then the entirety of Arendelle, probably. Because I am all out of shits to give for this fight. It's ridiculous.